Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Shiny Pearl 6 Smeargle Challenge. Last time we got Waker's Badge, picked up a bunch of useful moves, and for last week on Twitch we actually got 2 badges. We got, last stream we also got Maylene, which proved to be less cumbersome than I was thinking. Now before starting today, what I did is I quickly updated some moves. So I got rid of Low Kick on Scarlet, relearned Sketch, and I also removed Magical Leap from Jet. The reason I did that is that Jet is not a Technician Smeargle. Magical Leap was very good for the particular fight that we were having with Wake, but I think for the next section of the game it's not going to be that relevant. Now what I really want to do is pick up a ghost move. Now I had a look-see as to if I could pick up Shadow Ball. That does seem to be tricky. Actually I'm going to double check something. Ghastly gets it at level 40. And wild Pokemon are obviously the only ones who are going to be using ghost moves against me, ever. There's actually a spot where Ghastly might spawn. Now, today's goal is to make it to Fantina. It's not that far away. We need to clear a couple of routes, but that should be doable. I'm not sure how well prepared I am for her though. Like, of course, all my efforts so far have been I've been sort of preparing for Maylene because she did seem like worst case scenario. But as a result, I don't really have that much to hit Ghosts. I do have Bite on Aurelius, which should be good. But given the fact that she's got Gengar and Miss Magius, I don't really want to rely on just one Pokemon. So let's just see what level this Ghastly is. I don't think it's going to be level 40, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it's 36. Let's see if there's anything that ranges more, like, higher. Like, I think the cap is probably 39. Which might update to level 40 after the gym, which is rather unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get that. That's unfortunate. There's also Drifloon that can get it. But that unlearns it rather quickly as well, so I don't think we can get it from Drifloon at this particular point. Because the thing is, Drifloon learns it at level 20, but it will have lost it by 29 because it gets 3 moves at level 24. So yeah, Shadow Ball is not going to be easy to get. If we can get it at all. But we might be able to get something that's at least a little bit better. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is we gotta bully this guy a little bit. I also want to go through the Lost Tower because there's a bunch of items in there. I'm not sure what exactly is going to be there. But I want to check. And we picked up Defog and we can use it in... Oh, so there is a berry fight in this. I was actually thinking it might be. I put up Sapphire for Galactic fight. I think Sapphire is good for him too though. Yeah, I figured that, like, I could have sworn there was one, but it's... Ah, darn it, I still don't know this game as well as I do Platinum. Okay, so let's just send Headbutt. Quick lol. That's a funny thing. That actually did a decent chunk. Yeah, that's bad. It isn't dead. Please don't endeavor again. And we get a loss of attack. That's annoying. Okay, they don't get another. They don't get another claw. -2 attack, that's annoying. We're gonna switch out. Actually, I got Bullet Seed. I'm just gonna Bullet Seed here. Oh, darn it. Maybe if we get rid of Bullet Seed as well, because we passed this to Scarlet. Yeah, actually, I might want to get rid of Bullet Seed. Because for non-technician Pokemon, it's not gonna be that impressive. I'm gonna switch out because this is not doing enough damage in my opinion. Yeah, maybe I should get rid of Bullet Seed. Give me another opportunity to sketch. I do think I think for one thing it's just nice to have like a couple of sketches available so that I can get certain stuff. Like when we were at the gym, we were actually hindered a little bit by the fact that when that first Pokemon hit me with Scald, was it Gyarados I think? I didn't have any sketches in. And like we lucked out because the gym leader also had Scald. But like it is for like next time we might not be so lucky and we might be missing out on very important moves because of that. So I think actually I'm willing to remove Bullet Seed on Sapphire. This should be not that difficult. Like honestly, the journey towards Fantina should not be that difficult. I don't know by heart where our highest Pokemon is. My gut says it's around 35, but maybe it's higher. But we should be, in terms of level, we should be pretty good for a while, I think. Wow, that does nothing. We need to Brave Bird this thing. Oh, that also does quite a lot. Let's go into Scarlet and let's go for Brave Bird. Scarlet can tank him a bit better as well. That will get us there. I'm not gonna go for super long because I'm just gonna record one episode. Oh my god. That wasn't even a crit. Oh, the first one must have been a really low roll. Alright. That's just dazzlingly mid. Okay, I was sort of like joking about how this is like those who don't remember, I RNG'd the starter. I just did a random number generator between 1 and 3 and decided the starter, assigned each starter a number, and I ended up choosing Piplup because the number generator said so. And I ended up kind of like being like, oh, this is probably the worst of the 3. But actually, Grottle and Torterra like are fairly bulky. Like, Infernape, maybe there's a chance to like 1 or 2 shots it. But with Grottle, I mean, actually Ice Moves would do that though. I'm gonna unlearn Bullet Seed on Sapphire. It gives me 3 sketches available. I think for the rest we still have good moves. Actually, I just remembered we picked up Knockoff on Oliver last time. I already noticed that we had that, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. And actually Knockoff is really good for Fantina as well. I think honestly we do have some tools to deal with her, but I'm not sure whether it's enough. Zen Headbutt will be good for the Gengar, as will Bulldoze. I don't know how many of her Pokemon are holding items either. Whether Knockoff will be getting the boost on most of them. I think it's fairly likely that one of them carries a Citrus Berry because this game does like to do that. When it comes to Fantina, I'm a little bit unfamiliar with her Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl team because she is one of the biggest diversions from her team in Platinum. I mean, I guess like Volkner is even worse, but yeah, I mean, she definitely diverges quite a lot. I guess maybe like applies to all the remaining gyms, that they are quite different. Maybe, let's rephrase, I think it's the first one that really diverges quite a lot, because obviously in Platinum you challenge her first, before you can go to Melee. She doesn't actually have Gengar then, she just has Haunter. I did heal, I think. Yeah, just double check. Let's actually go to Aurelius, because we got Bulldoze with a boost. And they often have poison types. I really don't know what it is. I think he has only one Pokemon, but it might be Clefairy actually. Does he have Clefairy? I don't really have anything to hit Clefairy for big damage, so might as well stick with Aurelius. Am I right in remembering it as Clefairy? No, it's Lamiana. Actually, Bullet Seed. No, Bullet Seed would stop me stronger. So I will not go for Superlon today, but I am planning to go tomorrow morning. Go until the community day starts. I'm a little bit full up on things this weekend, so it's a little bit harder to stream at the time that I usually stream at. Which I do kind of like that slot, like going in the afternoon. Keeps me free in the evenings. Cynthia. I thought she would just run up to you. Why? This is a weird thing that she doesn't run up to you. Like, it's a bit of a vague segment where they just say, oh, first they say, oh, just explore Astoria. Like, I know that there's a Galactic that runs away from you. I think this is much better streamlined in Platinum, honestly. There's just cutscenes there. I'm gonna go to Salasian. I'm gonna go into the Lost Tower first, like I said. Like, there's a couple of items there. The train is like fairly low level, but yeah, I do think it's worth going exploring that area. I will throw repels, I think. There's actually I just come to think of it, there is Misdreavus in this area. But Misdreavus also doesn't get Shadow Ball until like 40. I checked on Cerebi. It's a little bit awkward. There's a lot of hidden items here as well. Noble Stone, that's not really useful. It's kind of fun how, like, it's peculiar how sort of the center the gyms in this area are, because the first gym sort of regular, then it takes a little bit more time to get to Gym 2. A little bit more time to get Gym 3, but Gym 3, 4, 5 are really close together. I guess that's because you can battle them in various orders, and they vary in Platinum as well. And then, like, depending on whether you do the surf areas, the 6th gym is just immediately behind you. I am planning on doing the surf area, so that's probably going to be tomorrow morning. I'm not sure whether I will be doing 1 or 2 YouTube recordings tomorrow. Depends a little bit on actually weather forecast, because I do want to play the community day. If it's dry early in the afternoon, then I will stop the stream a little bit earlier so that I can enjoy the community day. But if it remains dry, then probably just keep going for a bit. But yeah, so either we're gonna just do a surfing episode, because I'm not sure, because I think you need to go to Iron Island as well before you do the gym. I'm not 100% sure on the order of the gym and Iron Island. But like, the thing with these surfing areas is that there's not super many remarkable items or resources to be gained, I don't think. But with a team of 6 Smeargles, I really don't want to let any experience lie on the table. Because as much over level as we are getting now, by the time we get to the Elite Four, it's going to be nothing. So I need to pick up every last bit of experience if I want to have the best chance of getting at the Elite Four. And then I need to have a really, really good think about what I want to do in terms of moves for them. I think the first run of the Elite Four is going to have to be trial and error. Because I've sort of thought about how I would want to address Cynthia, but like, that strategy could work against the others, but and then you do need like the appropriate move coverage for the entire team. And also, I'm sort of torn between like going for a Baton Pass team, but like I think Baton Pass only really works if we can get substitutes, and that is going to be a rematch thing, because that's I know where I can get substitute, but that's the rematch for Gardenia. Actually, I meant to check last week when the trainers level up. The Versus Seeker only increases the levels after the Elite Four, which is quite awkward because it means that all those moves I was hoping to get from higher level trainers I can't get until post-game. It does mean that we can get the initial moves as many times over as we want, so that's good. Probably buy some better repels. I'm still using normal repels. And when it comes to wild Pokemon, I'm really not that excited about their moves anymore. Like the underground will have far better move pools. I do need to do at some point a really good like investigate thing in my own time as to what sort of moves I can get from the underground, because like all the egg moves there do give you a lot of options. Okay, let's go for something with a spread attack, i.e. Jet with Dazzling Gleam. The thing that we got defog for this area does... Wait, I'm just realizing there's no fog here. Is that just platinum? Might just be fine. Where is this fog? Surely this is not fog. Fog is really dense in this game. I think. Or am I fighting in fog right now? We'll find out soon enough when we start missing, I guess. I don't think this is fog. Huge. I've been skipping this area because of the fog, but it might just be platinum. It does look a little bit spooky on the edge, but I don't think that's actually fog. I think the official message is when it's foggy, but... I kind of hate that they brought back Fog for Legends Arceus as well, like, because you can't get rid of Fog in Legends Arceus. I mean, sure you can rest and pause the time to change the weather, but sometimes when you're like in a mass outbreak or whatever, like sometimes you can't rest and keep conditions, or like with those distortion zones. Like the circumstance where you don't wanna pass time, but because of the fog, you're gonna miss your moves anyway. Boss diving sturdy is really annoying. Because the thing with Bonsai is it doesn't give any experience. Like it's really bad experience, but you always have to hit it twice. I mean, I guess Bullet Seed gets around it, but I didn't have a Bullet Seed up front, which is probably the bigger problem. But there's another double battle here, so I want to keep Jet up front for now. I probably should have just Aurelius up front and Jet in second, so I can always click Bullet Seed, and I can always click maybe in the doubles. Probably a better idea. Sharpie should be stronger into Weasel. I think Water Balls should just get ponies out. Do the surfing business off stream, but I think it's also just nice to turn on the stream and chill a bit. You know, like these are not sort of action-packed episodes. I think mostly we're doing like episodes where like there's one big piece of action, and for the rest it's just, you know, chill a little bit. I was honestly hoping for a little bit more. Oh, actually, we did need to come here. Actually, I just realized. Okay, I was about to complain that we didn't get anything out of there, but actually, strength would have been necessary. That's such a confusing thing. Like, I don't know. I don't think if I ever will get used to the differences between BDSP and Platinum. Probably if I play BDSP more. Because this is only my third full playthrough of it. Like, I did my original in Diamond, and I did my original in Pearl. And this is my first challenge run of it. I will probably do at some point a No Evolution challenge. I don't know if that will be on stream. But I can't imagine I'm not doing that, because I really like them, and I really like these games. And I do think, like, yeah, I do think Scarlet and Violet are Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, like, they have a little sweet spot in my heart, because they're just like, they're all takes for new Pokemon games, and they're the old take for new Pokemon games, and I think, like, you know, I can value that. Like, I think the old way is, like, you know, it was perfectly okay, and like, I do think it's cool that they're taking really more sort of innovative directions with stuff like Legends Arceus, stuff like Scarlet and Violet. But, you know, this is sort of where we came from, and I do think it's, like, you know, it's nice. It's a nice moment of, you know, celebration that the old games are good. The old games were a good time. And I also wouldn't mind it if more remakes in the coming generations will, like, will be a lot of sort of like a nostalgic detour in an evolving franchise. Because how know it's going to make black and white better. If you drastically change them, you're going to make them worse and fair. Yeah, I should have gone for Braver. I think Poison Fang is an interesting move. But there's not many fairies you can with it. I'm just thinking about like the coming gyms. Like I think Fantina. Like I think one of the advantages with Fantina that we have is that like obviously we can't really easily sketch Shadow Ball because of our typing. But at the same time, they can't use their stab attack. So like, Gengar might have a poison move. But that will not be Shadow Ball, that might be like Finish Off. If it has Sludge Bomb, that's going to be a little bit more scary. But if it has Sludge Bomb, we could be in a little bit more trouble. I don't know if it would have Sludge Bomb at this point. Yeah, and Miss Magus can't use Stab at all, and like, I'm pretty sure she has Drifloon as well. I think she might have 4 Pokemon, I think she might have one more than I'm forgetting. That could be Dusclops, or Duskull maybe? Yeah, her Drifloon, like, can't spam stab either, because like the flying stab on Drifloon is notoriously bad. Like acrobatics is the best bet, but I doubt she's gonna have acrobatics. See tomorrow being like one 3-hour episode where we do a lot of surfing stuff and the gym. That could be something. I think probably between this episode or this week's streams and the next week. Next week I'll be streaming on Saturday. By the way, I can have a long session with 2 episodes. But yeah, I think between now and then I might do an off-screen session to sort of see what's in the underground and maybe pick up some moves. There is a 3rd ninja brother that I can't locate. Oh, here he is. Yeah, I might actually try to, because after we beat Fantina, I think we get a level up. There's also I know that there's certain Pokemon I think that unlock if you get Strength, but I don't know if it is when you get Strength or when you can use it. If we assume can use it, then that's interesting. Now there was one Pokemon, like I think it was Aurelius, where I was like, it does have Technician, but it also hasn't got the greatest attack stat. Or I was like, maybe I want something more supportive on it, but I don't think I want to get rid of... I don't have Sketch right now, so... I don't want to Sketch Toxic on Scarlet, because Scarlet actually has a solid attack stat. And by solid, I mean, as Smeargles go, it is fairly average. Yeah, Oliver as usual is trailing a little bit in terms of level. I mean, I can put Oliver up front. Like, Oliver has really stepped up his game in terms of moves in the recent few episodes, so... Oliver's happy. Oh, it's 20. I'm sort of like auto scanning through the thing because I'm always using the same numbers, which is like I use the step counter and I use the overview, and I always use the radar chain one. So I have a couple of numbers I memorized by heart, but therefore I'm skipping over the ones that I need now because I don't typically use them when I'm breeding or chaining or that kind of stuff. Oliver, use skulls. Yeah, the unfortunate thing about knockoff is it's really good into like gym battles, but it's not going to be that good into trainer battles for the most part. I kind of want a game where like everything has an item, because like certain moves are just so good, but they are not as good in single player campaigns. The lack of intelligence, that's real. It's like ROM hacks that make knockoff really good by giving everything items. I like how it's using home claws, boosting its accuracy and its physical attack, and then using a move that uses neither. I do think it's worth keeping knockoff though, like I think into Fantina and into like a lot of the Elite Four will be a lot more manageable. Hopefully, if we get rid of some of the items. That's what is that? 4 skulls, 0 burns. I mean, I'm happy for Oliver not to get burnt into random trainer battles, but I would hope that he gets a few burns later in the run. Oh, this is pretty okay. Well, okay. This is the biggest Nazis one. This one you will burn, right? Nope. I figured this is gonna take a while, so I might as well. Might as well get some health back on this. I could scald again or I could switch. I'm a little bit inclined to switch, but I'm gonna scald. Come on. And he gets the poison. I mean, I really, you know, like I really rather get the burns and the good stuff on relevant battles, but I'm clicking in a lot here. The reason I haven't. Basically what I'm saying is I'm getting a bad feeling about this whole having skull business. So I just today I put up the episodes for last week. I'm a little behind on them because like I keep forgetting to make the thumbnails. And sometimes I'm struggling to come up with a good pun title for the episode. And I do think it's very important to have stupid episode titles. But yeah, as a result, I only put them up today. And like usually I put like the gym leader plus their ace in the title. But given that we just one-shot the Floatzel, I figured like it was not really much point to actually put Floatzel in the thumbnail because it literally was on screen for 5 seconds and then it left. I actually put Quagsire in the... Actually, come to think of Quagsire, we're getting a regional form for Quagsire or a different evolution for Wooper, one of those. That is really exciting. I'm really curious what they're gonna do with that line. I think the typing plus water absorb does sound like a very, very interesting combination. And I think Paldean Wooper is just absolutely terrific. Looks fantastic. Oh god, we got Ace Trainers. Oh no! I don't know if this was our first Ace Trainer of the run. It might be. You know what would be cool? If there was a Pokemon game where like trainers are just sort of random throughout the world. So suppose Scarlet and Violet does that, where like trainers are just roaming, they're not a fixed location. Instead like they're sort of generated like wild Pokemon would be. Like you gotta keep it somewhat sensible probably in terms of like what sort of Pokemon with what sort of moves and which trainer class have and where can what spawn. But imagine that. Actually, that sounds really cool. Like, if Scarlet and Violet were to do that, just have like random encounters of trainers. Well, I want that now. I've spoken about something that, you know, I have no reason to believe it would have, but now I want it. The Grottles are really tanky, and the really annoying thing is I can't leech seed it. I mean, I guess I can like mud slap it just to make it a little bit easier to switch. I guess the one thing with Torterra is we can actually go for Scald and hit it for neutral damage. I could try Scald once so that maybe we get a burn. Because I'm owed a burn at this point. Oh, we got it! Oliver is so good at dodging moves. It's just fantastic. Like, it's yeah. The affection doesn't help because the affection already gives you a little bit of a chance to get the dodge. Another miss. Hey, Darky. How are you going? How are you doing? Okay, so basically what I need to do with Grotz is just not worry about it and just use the bug moves. The run is going well. We have 4 badges now. We've beaten Maylene last week. Yeah, we're just heading towards Celestic Town, and we're aiming for Fantina this episode. It's a good run. Game's a tiny bit loud. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. How's that? Is that better? Turn it down a tiny bit. Could also put the microphone a little bit closer. Fantastic. Okay. This is the team, by the way. We've got a couple of good ones here. Oh shoot! I just changed. I should have put something for doubles. I don't know what I've got up front for the second place. I'm getting intimidated. Should have known it. I knew that. Well, I knew they had this exact pair because this is the money grinding pair. So I knew about this. But I kind of forgot. Okay, well, I kind of want to bowl those anyway, but oh shit. The thing is, I kind of want to do it anyway. So let's charge him into the Gyarados. We're actually faster than the Raichu. I know where I have a lot of them fast, but the Raichu is really fast. Ow. Come on. I want that. Truth be told, I don't want it on Sapphire, but I'm gonna grab it and we're gonna transfer it to a Pokemon that needs it. But yes, hell yes. I'm gonna go charge him again. We got Thunderbolt! I didn't know they had it. Now to be even more honest, I wanted it last week, but we didn't end up needing it, so... Probably kill Sapphire. But that's fine, we've got Thunderbolt. That's fantastic. Wait, who has a move open? Would be perfect on Jet, to be honest, instead of Charge Beam. I'm honestly grabbing it another time, you know, like, I can get it on Jet now, and then I can go back to Pastoria, and I can just go for, I can remove the Charge Beam, because with Equipidance I think it's a little bit overkill to have it, to have Charge Beam as well. And I might actually just get rid of it on Sapphire as well. Given that we're just there. That's 2 Charge Beam misses. I was looking at Thunder Punch. Huh. I don't really need Thunder Punch, I don't think. Well done, Jets. Perfect. Okay, so we got Thunderbolts. Let's just click Thunderbolt because for whatever reason the other one keeps missing. And let's go for Smeargle Bug. It's nice that we have the luxury to just switch moves whenever we want to now. That really helps out. I mean, it means I can just sketch whatever I need, and it can be on the wrong Smeargle, but I can just transfer it without penalty. Perfect. Let's go for Dazzle, and let's go for another Struggle Bug. I know I'm only 1 level away from getting another sketch, but I am going to go back to Pastoria just to get them immediately, because I don't want to miss out on good stuff, like the Thunderbolt. Hey, it's nighttime. Which does mean that we sadly don't get to see the dusk lighting anymore, because I really like the dusk lighting in this game. It's really pretty. Or look at the nighttime Pokemon Center music, which is always very relaxing. So I'm just gonna get rid of Thunderbolt immediately on Sapphire, because Sapphire is more of a physical Pokemon. Ah, nice. He confirms that we don't need hard skills to teach moves anymore. For anyone who was in chat and figured like, oh, we think we missed the earlier parts and like we want to see everything. In case that's you, I'm also uploading these to YouTube. So these are on my YouTube channel, which I don't have linked anywhere, so I don't know if you're able to find it, but if you search my name, you will find it. And you might be able to find it if you just search 6 Smeargle Challenge Shining Pearl. I don't know how well I'm listed in the algorithm. But I just uploaded Vault, so like, I think particularly the gym battles are actually quite a good thing to see. Like, I think some of the gym battles have been really fun. I'm not editing highlights because I think it's like it's a lot of work basically, and this is just a fun little side project for me. You know, it's not something I'm hoping to make money or clicks or whatever on. But I do want to. I would just like to keep a memory of the good times. Go back into. Imagine there was a game where you needed to carry a Pokemon to get rid of that stuff. That would be silly, wouldn't it? Let's go see Sapphire up front. Maybe more of these Ace trainers will have good moves. We might be able to grab something good here. Let's remember, good moves and good Pokemon not necessarily go hand in hand. Mothim might have a good move. But I don't think we're gonna see it, because I'm just gonna annihilate it. Honestly, bless the underground for these stupid moves. Rock Slide by any chance? This thing clicks Rock Slide, I'm sketchy. Rock Slide! Absolutely yes! And we got a speed boost, so like, we don't need to worry about them outspeeding it if we drop. Boom! That's perfect! Because the nice thing now is that whenever Sapphire gets, like, if we get an attack drop, it doesn't matter, we just Flame Slippers Rock Slide until we get it back up again. Yeah, actually having that on Moody Pokemon, where every Flames can give you a crucial boost, that is excellent. And that's why I went back to Pastoria, because I wanted to be sure. If I hadn't gone back to Pastoria, I would have missed out on Rock Slide. I guess I could have just come back, like it wouldn't have been a problem, but don't you dare give me an attack drop now, because if I get an attack drop with that curse, it probably lives the Bulldoze. Without it, I think we should still get it. But maybe I'm over it. Yes. I'm gonna say it again. I really hate the fact that this game doesn't show you the stat changes anymore. Like, I want to see the stat changes. I know we never got an attack boost, so we're at -1 attack. We have no idea where special defense is at now. Just give me an attack boost, so that I don't need to hit this thing twice. Gonna flinch it. Actually, we have Rock Slide ends at Headbutt. That's really good. Well, that's just cheating, not getting flinched. I don't know how that works. Got Scarlet in, that's fine. Let's go for a Force Palm. You should remember, Force Palm is actually stronger than Waterfall because it's Technician. I meant to check the item finding. Oh joy, we got a TM for Shadow Ball, the move that I really wanted from this route. But unfortunately, Smeargle there's every move but not a single TM. The only thing is, I don't think any trainer AI will ever use Shadow Ball against Smeargle, unless it really doesn't have anything else. That's the one downside from using Braver, you do get a lot of recoil. But then again, with 6 Smeargles it's always advisable to carry a lot of potions. Which we are not using in battle, but we are using in between every battle. This used to be scary, seeing a battle like that. Honestly, since we got Braver, we are not as scared of like fighting type trainers anymore. Ah, my choke. We are geniuses at dealing up with chokes after melee. This is not going to be any problem at all. Okay, we might be in a bit of a problem. We might lose one Smeargle here. Oh, you knock off. You knock off every day of the week. This would be that. I guess that's the one downside about being able to just relearn everything, is that like it's no longer exciting to be reaching the 41. Because like sort of my heart's getting anticipated. Oh, we're nearly at 41. We're nearly getting sketched, but now I can just get sketched whenever I want to. So it takes a little bit of the anticipation away. I forgot you have to fight with Gets. No, not Getsis. Cybersoft coming. You better get scared. Aurelius gets to level up. Oh, finally we got an attack boost. I feel like we haven't got an attack boost in a while. Okay, we're gonna. Of course, we're quick rock slide here. Not that exciting as of now. Let's actually go put Jet up front because Jet now has Thunderbolts. I think he has Noctowl. My brain's saying. Noctowl might actually have something like an Air Slash. Or just Hoot Hoot. Maybe he has Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. I really. My brain screams he has Noctowl. I'm just gonna Quiver Dance because, you know, like, why not? That could be interesting too if he has that. Okay, he goes for Growl. Not desperately exciting. I'm gonna Corvinus again because, like, everything in me says he has Noctowl, and Noctowl is gonna take a Thunderbolt quite well. Okay, let's think about this. Air Slash is a great move. It can flinch, which syncs well with Quiver Dance. But I have got 2 flying moves on the team which are much stronger. I think I'm gonna skip it for now, but I might come back to this. Remember, he's here. You can get Air Slash. I don't think it's urgent right now. Maybe I'll come back to this, but I do think it's an interesting combination. Maybe I should have gone in just for like the idea of like setting up with Quiver Dances in front of Fantina's first Pokemon, for example, and then like if something can take the hit, I can still flinch them. Maybe it would have been worth it for that, but I'm not sure whether it's going to be. Cyrus have? I think he might have. Like, I know he ends up with like Weavile, Honchkrow, Absol? Question mark. He definitely has Crobat at the end, so he's probably got Golbat. I don't think he has Sneasel. Probably has Murkrow. I wish I Quiver Dance now, but I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam, see if it does enough. No. Yeah, goodbye. We got the invisible focus sash. Because of the affection. Yeah, the affection, honestly, like, if I could turn it off, I would. It's like, it's just bail out of jail free cards, which, you know, like, I could have switched to something else, it wouldn't matter for this battle, but if that happens versus Cynthia, for example, I'm not gonna feel great for, you know, winning a challenge on those situations. But I literally can't turn it off, so pull it again. I don't know if Stomp is 60 or 65 power. I think it's 65. Which means that it's not really good. It took 3 hits to move the last 1 HP. Maybe we should have made Smeargle have different paint colors. I think that would have been... I know there was one of the mods for Pokemon Fire Red that added Smeargle in the beginning of the game and gave it multiple tail ends. And I think that was just really, really cool. And it was just such a minor thing that just, you know, cuted it up a little bit. And I think it would have been a cool thing if they did that for Smeargle. Like, obviously Smeargle was made in Gen 2, at which point its forms were not really a thing apart from Unknown. And with Unknown, it was just tied to IVs. But it would have been cool. Now we got different ball colors, that's also cool. A bit of the personalization. So my instinct center is 1 Galactic in front of the building, and then you get to fight Cyrus when you're inside. There's also a couple of trainers on the route to the left. There we go, we can move for an hour. I think we can do those trainers. After the thing. Actually, I'm content leaving Jet. I think Jet is becoming really strong with Quiver Dance, Thunderbolt. Jet is really becoming a competent moveset. We got Dustox and Beautifly. Now my question is, does this fella go for like a powder move? Because if he does, I want a Thunderbolt. Otherwise I would have Quiver Dance, but I'd rather have a Dustox poison me than this thing paralyze me. Okay, we don't actually learn. I was about to say, I don't think we learn sketch, but we literally already have it. This thing, Thunderbolts, did live. Okay, Mud Slap. See if we can hit this next move. That's an interesting move. Sucker Punch would be really good for the gym. It's kind of sad that we. Actually, I would have preferred to miss the Thunderbolt there, because then we could have switched to something that could sketch it. Actually, Sucker Punch wouldn't be bad on Sapphire, because then even if you get Speed Drop, you can still Sucker Punch. It's okay. Might be able to get it out. I'm not gonna hunt for it right now though. Because I do just want to get, like, make some progress going to the gym. But I do think it's an interesting option to have on something like Sapphire. And I think it's 3 Smeargles. Now, the one on the top is Jet, and then the left one, that's definitely Scarlet, and then the right one is probably Sapphire. But it's hard to tell. Like these, of course, like the ancient people of Sinnoh already foresaw this challenge coming, and they just figured like we'll put the drawings of them. I don't think Oliver is one of them, because Oliver, although it's been getting a lot better, is still a little bit sad sometimes. Right, we do fight Cyrus, right? Or is that another thing that I'm misremembering from Platinum? No, he comes here. We don't fight him. Okay, so it is another thing I misremember for Platinum. Go into Moss, because Moss can deal with the flying guns. We only need to go back here if we don't rock climb, because we can get some more items. I just want to clear out the trainers here. I think we're in decent shape to deal with Fantina. I would like to get Shadow Ball. Because I know I'm going to be able to knock down. Not for right now, but that could be something interesting. Like if we... That's interesting. think it's an interesting move, but I don't think it's quite what I'm looking for. Because we do have Dazzling Gleam, so like it would hit fighting types. Not too worried about poison types. All setting up with Jet in front of the first Pokemon, because I think the first Pokemon is Drifblim. If the first one is Gengar, it could be a little bit more tricky. But otherwise, I do think it's a solid plan to go with. This Strength Rock here. This Strength Rock used to be very, very special. For like a month or two. I think it was probably about a month and a half that this rock was special. It was one of the places where you could trigger the menu glitches at some point. I never really cloned any Pokemon with it. I did clone a lot of items. Because I think like some of the choices they make, come on. I think some of the choices they make with this game, like, I can't really get behind them. Like, why do TMs need to be, why do TMs really default back to the Gen 4 standard, which is quite poor? Why is the battle tower rewarding points as it was in Gen 4? Like, those are just like a few things where like I think like they skipped quality of life changes for the sake of keeping it true to the original. Which this game doesn't do in nearly all of its cases, but like a couple of them where it just was a little bit awkward. So when the opportunity to clone the items presented itself, I happily took it. But I don't really like farming Pokemon, I like just breeding my own stuff, so that's like why I made that distinction. Now it's all maxed out, like I don't think there's any exploits anymore. And if there was, I wasn't gonna use it for the Smeargle run. Not that I don't think there would be any real useful items to clone anyway. Maybe hard skill, but I mean you only need 10 and those are easily grindable in the underground like I did. What I want is item storage in Pokemon Home. Like, maybe I might understand that they wouldn't add it retroactively, so maybe really Diamond and Shiny Gold wouldn't get it. Which I could sympathize because you know like the game was pretty broken, but like, and maybe it doesn't even need to be cross-generational item storage, but I would like the opportunity to just transfer items between games in the same gen. I think it's quite annoying that like that is not really possible right now. Like one example of where it was really annoying, in my opinion, was when I got Sword and Shield, right? You want to transfer my Zamazenta to Sword, that's fine. But if I wouldn't want the Rusty Shield as well now there's one opportunity you've got to get it, which is the shiny Zamazenta distribution they did at some point. But like that was, what was it, 2 years after the launch of Sword and Shield? And like there's a couple of other of those items where like you need to transfer one item. Lustrous Orb and Adamant Orb in these games are an example as well. I think item storage in general would be good. It also means that like if I have a bunch of Apra Balls that I want to transfer before resetting a game, for example. Because like every time I replay Sword and Shield, you get a bunch of Apricorn balls. I want to keep them, like potentially there's shiny event rates in the game and that sort of stuff. But then like I can't transfer the balls without trading with someone. So basically, if someone in chat has an uncle at Game Freak, just let them know that I want this feature. Is what I'm saying, really. Give me item storage. I don't know if they would ever do that because they've always been a little bit fussy about transferring items. But I hope so. I think Pokemon Home is a competent system where they could impose fair rules on what conditions there would be for transferring items. For example, you need a certain amount of progression to transfer items at all, for example. Because I can imagine they don't want people to just pop in Master Balls at the start of the game or something. I mean, I don't really know what would be breaking from it, but you know, like in theory. This is the last one on the thing, then we can go back to Hearthome and we can go for Fantina. Why? The text is even more annoying. Like, I do need to sketch Protect at some point, because I think for the Elite Four it's going to be crucial that Sapphire has Protect. But Detect is pure PP, which I really can't deal with in the Elite Four. Do you still hold a Master now? You do, so this is probably gonna one-shot. Okay, got lost at 41. I don't think you need to learn anything, but because I still think Struggle looks really good. I'm gonna keep it for now. Like, I think maybe at some point we do need to rethink some stuff, but I think Struggle Bug has such good utility, ancient power. Well, I can't really give up the chance of a plus everything, right? And it is a base 90 rock attack, so like in terms of move powers, 290s, 275s. Maybe Water Pulse need replacing at some point, because we do have a fair amount of water moves in the team already. Alright! Hearthome City, Fantina. Okay, so I'm gonna just lead Sapphire, I think. Yeah, like I said, I don't think any AI trainer can go for a ghost move into Smeargle. This is a little bit annoying, but annoying thing is that like the Ghastlies obviously would probably faint to a bulldoze if they weren't levitate. So now I need to then headbutt Garrett to even be able to hit them. And then there's the Gengar, which probably can be hit by bulldoze, but probably won't faint to it. Oh, he's just got a speed drop as well. Oh, he's so fast there. We're going for a low priority move. I honestly haven't been impressed with Flame Charge. I think I'm going to get rid of Flame Charge here. Because maybe I'm going to regret this in the next gym, although I think we should be okay with this Bulldoze. But I haven't been impressed with Flame Charge at all. It's also only base 75 anyway, so like I feel like we need a stronger fire move on the team. I'm actually going to check if there's any moves in this gym that I might want to grab. So I can play around it a little bit, because I feel like I'm just doing too much damage to these to find out what they potentially have. They're all quite frail. Trainers. Gym. Yeah, that Haunter had like Shadow Punch. Oh darn it, that Haunter had nothing to hit me with. It might have gone for Shadow Punch. Hang on, last Molly has a Misdreavus that does have Shadow Ball. So what I'm thinking is I really want that on Jet. Go with Jet. Keep Quiver Dancing until it goes for Shadow Ball. It does have Confuse Ray, which is concerning. And then there's a trainer with all sorts of 3-meter. Yeah, this is the place where I can get, but this Misdreavus has nothing to hit me with. It can only hit me with Confuse Ray. And other than that, it has to just click Shadow Ball. It does have Mean Look, so it means that I can't switch out. Actually, it can't even confuse me, because Jet is on tempo. So this is perfect, like, as long as he goes for Shadow Ball at some point. So I feel like it probably will. There's another opportunity for getting Shadow Punch as well. But I don't think that's worth it that much. There's also a Drifloon with Phantom Force. Actually, yeah, Drifloon with Phantom Force, that sounds incredible. It also gets Fly. So I don't think it will go for it then. Now I hope it doesn't keep spamming Nasty Ball until we're like 70 years old, because that would be annoying. I'm just gonna keep clicking Quiver Dance, like I'm not clicking anything else until Shadow Balls. Actually, the Fantina also has fun for the Hermes Vegas. Ace Trainer Katarina, she has a Drifloon that goes for Phantom Force, so, or that has Phantom Force. It also has Minimize though, which is really annoying. I mean, it stopped going for Nasty Ball that turn because it was full. She basically has 13 turns now to randomly select Shadow Ball until we lose it. I feel like because none of the moves do anything, I feel like it's a fair 1 in 4 chance, so I think we should be able to get it. Because none of her moves do anything right now, so... There we go. That's perfect. Now we can just set up on that, on Fantina's first Pokemon and go for... Because I'm pretty sure she needs Drifloon. We can Quiver Dance a few times. Overshadowed now. Yeah, what I was saying about Phantom Force, what I really think is good is Phantom Force is good on Moody. Because that's not a Technician Pokemon, so I wouldn't want Shadow Punch. So Sapphire could really deal with having Phantom Force. I need to be able to get it though. Actually, I can pretty much. The problem is that Pokemon has Fly, and I don't think he will go for Phantom Force ever. Because the Misdreavus didn't click Shadow Ball until it was absolutely certain none of its other moves did it. Having seen what I've seen about these Ghastlies just now on Cerebi, I'm gonna click Brave Bird because I'm not gonna take the risk of them hypnosising me and Dream Eater me to death. Maybe I could do something to block their to make them not use Fly. They for strengths have minimized Fly. I don't think there's any chance we're gonna get it off that one. Actually, oh, I completely blanked on that we actually use Sketch anyway. Okay, I think we're gonna leave the Phantom Force because I don't think we're gonna be able to get it. I do think it's a really good move. Actually, one thing to keep in mind is that Fly obviously does the same thing, but like, I would rather have Brave Bird than Fly, so... I think the gyms are cool in this game. I think it's cool that the trainers in gyms do use better moves. I didn't really realize that until this run as much. Oh wait, this is the correct one. I know the order of these, but just goofed on it for a bit. So we got a plan for the gym fight. I think we don't need to heal for PP's sake at least. I'm trying not to look too much at the gym leader's moves because I think that would give me a little bit of an unfair advantage. I don't mind as much when it's like random gym trainers because they really don't pose much of a challenge. So like I'm content looking at them. But when it comes to the gym leader, I try to be a little bit in the dark. Like some moves I know, some moves get mentioned in chat, that's all fine. But like if I know the exact move sets because I just looked at them, I feel that's going a little bit far. So I just noticed that one of them had Phantom Force, but I didn't really check. Didn't really pay much attention to the other moves. We also still have Oliver, which would be good. Like one thing that's always worth considering is just going with Oliver lead, go for a lead sheet before doing anything else, and then switch to the Quibberdance user. I don't think Driblim should be the biggest threat, so I think honestly I'm fine just going for a Jet lead and try to Quibberdance immediately. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the right approach would be when it comes to these. Because the thing is, like, I really want to set up in front of the Grifflin because it is far weaker than the Miss Vegas and the Gengar. And if I get out of that exchange with a couple of boosts and Shadow Ball for super effective damage as well, that could be a very easy rest of the gym fight. On the other hand, if I go in on the other hand, if I need it and I don't get the boost or like take too much damage early on, that could be another problem, which is why I'm thinking maybe go for Leech Seed. I could just lead it, go for Leech Seed, switch out immediately. It also gives me an idea of how much damage it's doing. Yeah, actually I do like approaching it a little bit more safely and leading Oliver. Because Dribbin also has a massive amount of HP, so every Leech Seed will really recover back a significant amount of damage. I don't know what other moves it's got. It might have something like Toxic or Thunder Wave. Honestly, these ghosts are made out of paper, so honestly these gym trainers do make me optimistic that the battle is not going to be too hard. Like, you know, the thing is obviously Gengar is made out of paper, but it is also Smeargles. They also hit like paper, so it's always nice to confirm that indeed you're doing enough damage to deal with stuff when you're playing Smeargles. I feel like we really have gotten this game under control right now. Like, I think the Elite Four is going to still be a really, really big challenge, but I feel like the gym leaders, for the most part, we have a really solid grip on what moves we're running. We have a good grip on our levels, and I think we have a nice cohesion on the squad right now. I think we've got some good mixed people with various specialties, which I think is nice. I think we set up this team quite nicely, which does mean that probably the biggest tense moments, like I'm sure there's gonna be moments where like stuff is getting more tense again, because like at some point like my advantage in moves is gonna be outweighed by my lack in stats again. I mean, that is going to happen. But I think another speed drop. But I think for the most part, I feel like we're under control in this run. Heal for the poke. The only thing about this version of the gym is it's such a fact to get out to just heal. I didn't see what the changes were. I did get an attack boost earlier, so I'm content going for Bulldoze here. All of his moves are good right now. I think ultimately we're probably going to be... I mean, Mudslap obviously... maybe we should get rid of that sooner rather than later. Like, Mudslap is doing really good though in this run. But it is a very, very hit or miss move. Did I use my last antidote? That's not it. Yeah, let's just keep Sapphire for now. I think I am just gonna go back and heal just to make sure that I have like the moves that I need to deal with Fantina. This is a trainer who has Phantom Force, but I just don't think we can get it. We've seen that there was a trick from you in the game. Drop speed, drop speed, drop speed. Why do you drop attack? It's really annoying. Oh, we're actually slower than this thing. Or is it trick rooming again? Is it reversing trick room? That's really funny. I always make that play where I set Trick Room and then reverse it the next turn without anything different happening in between. Give me an attack boost. I just want to attack it, I don't like it. We were really good on the special defense, but we don't really need it. I think this thing has strength stats, so we could be looking at even more drops here. Oh, we're just gonna finish them, right? There we go. Special attack. I'll just finish him to death. Fine. For a second I thought it missed there, which probably would have been reserved with me bragging about the flinches. Attack boost speed drop, please. Ah, so close. Let's just bulldoze, I don't want to lose the big P. I have +1 attack. Are we taking the defense drop before? That's why I did so much. Alright. I'm gonna go back and heal in the center for a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the gym. I think we should be good. Like, these trainers don't pose much of a challenge, and obviously the gym is going to be stronger. But I think grabbing Shadow Ball on that mystery abyss is huge. Like that makes all the difference in the world. Platinum's version of the gym is just so much better. That's another thing I just find a little bit sad about these games. Like I love these games, and I'm not like I'm not changing. It's not like I don't want to bash on them too much because I really like them. It's just like it always bugs me a little bit that they made certain decisions that keep it from me from being perfect. And I thought they were quite close to making something that was perfect. Like, that's still a preference. Like, I think still, like, it would be the perfect version of what it was. And people could still say, okay, well, I prefer the more, the more innovative stuff like Scarlet and Violet, Arceus, those sort of things. But I think this was very close to being the perfect version of what it was supposed to be, and I really like that. But because of a couple of decisions, it's just missing out on that. I think I got a pretty big award in Japan though. I saw people on Twitter ranting over that, because I got an award that Legends Arceus didn't. think there was actually something about innovative, and I didn't agree with that because this game does many things, but it isn't innovative. Like, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I don't think we should be... Oh, actually, I've noticed that Jet has still got the wide lens, which really doesn't need it. Let's see if we got an item for it that can actually help it. We might have a... Oh, we do have Spooky Blade. Here we go! Let's go for badge number 5. Darn it, I completely forgot about what my plan was. The plan was to go with Oliver first. Let's just go for Purple Dance. I don't exactly know what her item, what her moveset is. I don't know if she's special or physical on this thing. In the rematch she's special. Okay, I kind of wish I'd gone for Lychee now. Yeah, I will be getting back more of Lychee than I would be for... I could actually knock off this thing. I think that doesn't trigger on bird. I should have let Oliver, that was my plan, but I just forgot about it. Okay, it goes for fly. I mean, in case we're slower, I could Lychee. It's a bit much. I think honestly, because it's fly and it needs 2 turns, we're getting a lot of that damage back. It's more annoying actually that we can't actually offset the damage with yeah, look at how much that recovers. We're getting more back than we are doing here. Yeah, the problem I'm having is we can't really do much with Quiver Dance. We can't offset the damage with that. Do I switch now or do I knock off? I feel like I want to knock off, take the damage. And then now we switch out. Having taken the damage, it's gonna go back up. Maybe it goes for Will-O-Wisp as well, which is even better. Then we go back to nearly full. I mean, probably just take the burn damage. Excellent, that's perfect. And we actually heal the burn as well. So like, these are the get out of jail free cards. They're gonna happen in this run. But actually the burn was the reason I wanted to Lychee. Like, the fly does a fair amount of damage, which is quite scary. But like, as long as we get a few boosts up, like, it shouldn't matter that much. The only priority they should have, I mean, I guess they could have Sucker Punch. But that shouldn't be that strong. Okay, goes for Will-O-Wisp again. But like, we should be healing that damage, more than that damage with Lychee. So as long as we are healthy enough that we can actually... As long as we don't like go down so much that we just faint to burn. So I assume it flies now. Yeah. The only downside is because it's only doing damage at the end of the turn, obviously. We're taking a bunch of damage from fly. We don't get to heal that back yet. So +2. Fly's gonna come in. Although it could miss, fly is 95% actually. That does a lot. Okay, burn is gone. We're +3 on everything. I think I want to Quiver Dance again. Because she's close to being in potion range, let's say. She doesn't quite potion. So what does she do? Does she go for fly or does she go for Will-O-Wisp? Will-O-Wisp. That's honestly preferred. Because I can heal a lot back. I think she goes to potion now. And if she doesn't, she might just painfully see. Probably not quite. Question is, do I want to go for Shadow Ball now? We're +4. Yeah, she just potions, like, that's what I was hoping for. So we go to +5. I think if we heal the burn here... Actually, no, I want to go for Shadow Ball, because the thing is, we're very, very close to full. If not at full, we're +5. We've got the Shadow Plate as well. We're gonna Shadow Ball here. We're gonna go get rid of this thing, and we're gonna go sweep. Honestly, having Leech Seed and Quiver Dance is such a game changer. Like, this is gonna make a lot of these battles a lot more easy going. I reckon. Okay, this is a little bit unfortunate that she goes for Gengar first. I was hoping she would go into Mismagius, because there's a 30% chance we will get we'll get disabled here, which would be annoying. But I'm gonna go for the Shadow Ball, because this is probably the scariest Pokemon on our team. Okay, we don't get disabled, and it's good. Otherwise, we would have just had to go for Thunderbolt. We're +5 special defense as well, so Mismagius probably wouldn't have been able to do that much to me. I don't even know if it has a move that could really hit us hard. The reason I was like thinking I was really thinking she would go with Mismagius first, because I think it's two reasons. For one thing, I think Gengar sounds more like an ace, and for the second thing, Gengar is her ace in the rematch. But like, Mismagius is her ace, so she always chooses them last. But this was the most, this probably was the easiest gym battle we've had. The Drifloon really didn't much threaten me at all. I mean, if it gone for Fly every turn, like even then, Fly has a 5% chance of missing, so like that's something that could have played in hand. And we would have probably held back most of the damage every time she flies, so the damage she would have done would have been fairly negligible. And obviously, like the chance of healing is like, you know, it's a get out of the real free card sometimes. I can't turn it off, so like I can complain about it, but like it's a part of the game, and like it's a card that I'd rather not have in my pocket, but you know, it's there, it can help out. So this was very easy, to be honest. Like just gonna walk outside and then do a little outro, because this is gonna be it for today. Yeah, we've got Surf now, so I think tomorrow tomorrow I'll stream again. Probably during the morning. I think there might be a cutscene here. Yeah, there is. Yeah, tomorrow I want to do some of the surf side areas. I'm not 100% sure whether what the order is for battling Byron versus going to Iron Island. I'm not sure whether Iron Island is mandatory before going to Byron. That might be another platinum thing. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to do some of the side surf areas, and maybe it's going to be in the same episode as doing the 6th gym. But it might be an episode between it as well. Anyway, that's going to be it from me for today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this challenge, go check out Pikasprey. Smeargle Run is his idea, it's his thing, and he has a couple of great ones. And for now, I wish you all a very, very nice evening, and goodbye.